Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Bong! Yes, our room is flowing over. And we've got, some fabulous Handel. Fabulous, wonderful, terrific, juicy Handel with, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, gosh, John Eliot Gardner's L'Allegro, il Penseroso ed il Moderato. This is one of Handel's screaming masterpieces, based on poetry by John Milton and partly Shakespeare. It's a pastoral ode. It's not an oratorio. It's a pastoral ode. It's not an opera. And it is wonderfully performed. This is a beautiful, beautiful version. I kind of like the one in Hyperion better, but this is awfully good. You've got, Michael Ginn, soprano, or Ginn, I don't know how you pronounce that. Patrizia Quella, Mary McLaughlin, Jennifer Smith, Maldwin Davies, Martin Hill, Stephen Varco, the usual Monteverdi Choir, English Baroque soloists on Erato. It's terrific. It's really terrific. And it's a little less than 2 hours, an hour and 54 minutes, with some of the greatest music Handel ever wrote. It's got a carillon part. Yes, that glockenspiel-like thing. It's just colorful and rich. And when Handel was doing nature music, as he is for most of the time here, it's incredible. I mean, he was so receptive to that kind of imagery, and it's just wow. Gotta hear it. Then, Orlando. Yay, Orlando, because we talked about Orlando in the, who was it? Christopher Hogwood or some of those people who did it. And it was pretty good. But you had, like, James Bowman as Orlando, which is a big mistake. Here we've got Patricia Bardon, who's much better. Oh, my goodness, much better. Rosa Mannion as Dorinda, Hilary Summers as Medoro, Rosemary Joshua as Angelica, Zoroastro as Harry Vanderkamp, with Les Arts Florissants and William Christie. I mean, these are really good Handel opera performances. It's on Erato, and Orlando is one of, Handel's masterpieces. He gets a mad scene, which is like really mad, and it's just oodles of fun. I mean, it really is. It's great stuff. Powerful and brilliant by turns. Then there's Alexander's Feast with John Eliot Gardner. This is another one of those ode things, or The Power of Music with the text by John Dryden. You also get the concerto in Alexander's Feast because it's not a big, long work. It's like L'Allegro that we just talked about. It's an hour and 38 minutes and 16 seconds here. So it's even shorter than L'Allegro. That is the happy man, the, thoughtful man, and the moderate man. And this one actually has a tighter plot. It actually has a plot. Alexander has a feast, and the power of music excites him, and he sends his people out on a rampage, and they murder everybody in the town of Persepolis or something. And it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful, exciting. These pieces that are, I talked about this before, sui generis. They're neither here nor there. They're unique Handelian creations, not oratorios, not operas. Just amazing choral settings of wonderful words that let Handel write amazing music. And this is definitely one of those. So that you've got to hear. You just have to. Oh, yes. And then we've got the oratorio, Esther. This is on Collins Classics. Remember them? They were a wonderful label while they lasted. This is the early 1718 version. Handel revised it numerous times. And this features the 16 and the orchestra of the 16 under Harry Christophers, with a very fine cast. Linda Russell, Nancy Argenta, Michael Chance, Thomas Randall, Mark Padmore, Michael George, all the Handel people who really know what they're doing. You get the oboe sonata in G minor tossed into this as well. When Handel originally wrote Esther, it was for a very, very small group. And, it was a piece that he wrote originally at the end of his tenure at Canons, which was the estate for which he wrote the Chandos anthems. So this is the light and lively version, let's put it that way. It's a good story. Esther is the story of Purim, the Jewish holiday, with King Ahasuerus and Esther and Vashti, who refused to dance, naked in front of his the king's buddies, and so he decided he needed another wife, and Haman, who wanted to kill all the Jews, and Esther, who saved them by revealing the plot to the king. And it's just, there's nothing not to love. So that's a good performance. As usual with Handel stuff, I tend to prefer the revised versions where they use larger forces, because Handel's music needs it, I think. But these performances of some of the smaller versions are often very, very good, and that's quite fine. So is Deborah. Oh, Deborah from the Book of Judges. Yeah, Deborah is Yvonne Kenny. And we've got Susan Gritton and Catherine Denley and Barak as a countertenor, James Bowman. Oh, God. Michael George. I mean, he doesn't wreck these things, but he had such a limited voice. And let's see, the Choir of New College, Oxford, The King's Consort, Robert King. Deborah's fun. She kills the bad guy by, nailing him to the ground by putting a tent peg through his head. And what's not to love? Yeah, it's grisly, but it's a good piece that no one ever does. And if you like Handel's oratorios, you need to get to know some of these other ones, Esther and Deborah, and the occasional oratorio, and even Joseph and his brethren, which is like, ugh, but it's out there. Alexander Bowles, we've talked about them in this series, and there's just some really great stuff, really, really great stuff. So keep on listening, friends, and go get your Handel. Take care.